is Thursday on the second week of the series. And you guys might have noticed this week that with our detox, I'm focusing on certain movements like the rotation and the compression I've mentioned, but I've also been focusing a little bit on, and obviously the hydration, also focusing on the breath work, because that intake of oxygen and then the exhale, getting rid of all those waste products, is such a huge part of detoxing the body as well. So we did that Ujjayi breath, which is that ocean breath. And then we did the alternate nostril breathing yesterday as well. And what I want to focus on today is something called a percussive breath. So you guys will probably recognize it from Pilates, where we do the 100. So it's that sharp exhale and then an inhale as well. Okay, that is called a percussive breath. So it's really lovely because it creates quite a strong rhythm for our movements, but also it's a fantastic way to actually start strengthening all of those muscles around the torso, like the diaphragm, the intercostals, the abdominals. And then I'm sure you guys have heard this, but just a reminder is that there's a correlation between the diaphragm and the pelvic floor. So, you know, the word pelvic floor is a little bit misleading because you kind of think floor and then it's like this hard surface, right? And in fact, the pelvic floor should kind of be like a trampoline. It should have that flexibility along with that strength. It should have give along, you know, with all its movements. So it's actually moving with the diaphragm in a similar manner. So when we do all of this work with the diaphragm, we're actually connecting into the pelvic floor and all of those internal core muscles as well. So that's what we're going to focus on today, is a little bit of percussive breathing as we go through the class. Sound okay? All right, I'll keep an eye open if anybody else joins us, but we are going to be starting in a seated position today. So come and sit on your bum cheeks, and we don't need any special props today. You're just going to have your knees bent, and I want you to just start in an upright position. So modify your leg position. You can sit on a cushion if you need to. Use your hands lightly around the fronts of your knees, and then find a little bit of length through your spine, and take a moment to close your eyes. And we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And with your spine upright, notice that your back muscles are active to support you here. Notice when you exhale that you can start to find a connection into the abdominals to help support you. And then notice with this upright spine position and the knees and hips bent, that you might be a little bit aware of your hip flexors, those muscles at the front of your hips. And see if you can connect into your breath, deepen the connection to your torso, your abdominals, and find support through your midsection so that the hips are engaging but not dominating. One more inhale and exhale. And then you can blink your eyes open. And now overlap your hands and your elbows on your knees and curve your spine. Let your head settle down towards your arms. And once again, go to breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I oftentimes close my eyes here, so you can close your eyes if you wish. And notice now with a rounded spine how your back muscles have released and softened. There might be less tensioning or awareness of your hip flexor muscles. And you might be able to get a stronger sensation of connecting into the abdominal muscles in this position. A lovely stretch across your lower back. One more deep, full inhale and long exhale. And then blinking your eyes open, unravel your spine, coming all the way upright. Pause for a moment, your eyes are open, but your gaze is soft, natural breathing, and take a moment to remind yourself of your intention, this beautiful opportunity to move our bodies and connect into our breath. And when you're ready, allow your eyes to open fully, come back onto your mat and into your space. Extend your arms forward, keeping that length of your spine. We take a breath in to grow taller, and it's an exhale to roll halfway back. It's an inhale to come forward and lengthen. It's an exhale to curl back. Taking 3 more. Inhale. There's a natural connection to the back extensors on the inhale. And on the exhale, there is a natural connection to the deep abdominal muscles. Use your breath to connect. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, curl the spine, transverse abdominis connecting, deep abdominals. One more time, we inhale. And exhale, come all the way down towards the ground and releasing your arms down. Walk your feet a little closer in towards your pelvis. Lining up feet, separating knees, let your arms settle, ready for a pelvic curl. Take a breath to prepare. Exhale, tilt pelvis, and roll up on one breath into your bridge. Stay for the breath in, and exhale, roll down. And release. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. So that exhale, remember, helps you connect into the deep abdominals and lift. The inhale helps create space and connects to the deep back muscles, and the exhale curls you back down. We're going to do 3 more. Focus on your breathing. Exhale. Roll up. Inhale, stabilize. Multifidus is connecting along the back. And exhale. Roll down through the spine. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, tilt your pelvis. Rolling all the way up. Inhale, hold. And exhale. Roll down through your spine. Bring both hands up. Turn your palms to face each other. Start to scissor your arms. Start slowly with a long exhale. Connecting your breath into your movement. And remember that the exhale, again, gives you an opportunity to connect into your deep abdominals, the transverse. So on your breath out, get that sensation of flattening the abdominal wall. And that's going to help you stabilize your pelvis, your lumbar spine, and your rib cage, so that as you move your arms, you're working from the shoulder girdle only. Feeling that glide of the scapula up and down the back of your ribs as you move. Feel the breath. One more time each side. Bring both hands up and you hold. Now turn the palms of your hands forward and nod your chin. And guys, just to quickly reiterate, it's been a while since we went into the details. When I say nod the chin, it's literally that tiny movement. You don't actually lift your head up yet. The nod of the chin switches on the deep neck flexors. And then the exhale is where you lift your head off the floor and come up into flexion. And then we inhale to go back again. Nod your chin. Exhale. It's that flattening of the belly. Inhale to go back down, finding the length of your spine. 3 more. Nod. Exhale. Guys, those deep neck flexor muscles, believe it or not, are part of your deep core connection. They connect to your diaphragm, your pelvic floor, your deep hip flexors, and your inner thighs. All part of that deep midline. One more time, nod your chin. This is a long, slow exhale. And then we release all the way back. And once again, turn the palms of your hands to face each other. Now, take your right arm back, left arm forward, hold it there, and do a little exhale again. And then bring your arms back up. Slowly, left arm back, right arm forward, and then do an extra little exhale and lift. Now let's just pick up the movement slightly. And we go. Inhale. Inhale. This is our percussive breath. Inhale. We are flattening the abdominal wall with that extra breath out. It gives us a little dynamic movement around the shoulder, but it is controlled. Last 2, right arm overhead. Inhale. Last time, left arm. Inhale, center, hold it, and turn your hands forward. Bring your hands down. Let's give those shoulders a little bit of a break for a moment. We're going to go up into our pelvic curl once again. Take a breath in. Exhale, tilt pelvis. It's that flattening of the abdominal wall, and you come up and you stay here. Now take another breath in, no moving, and exhale, flatten the abdominal wall, and we are stabilizing. And again, it's an inhale to activate multifidus. It's an exhale to connect the deep abdominals. 2 more times. Inhale. The multifidus is your deep back muscle. Exhale, abdominals. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then releasing slowly down with your breath. And releasing at the bottom. Stay here. Place your hands just onto the shelf of your pelvis. Monitor that you're staying stable. Bring your right knee up to tabletop. Bring your left knee up to join it and hold it there. So as soon as your hip flexors work, there's a loading into the abdominals. Now, lightly tap your right toes to the floor and lift back up. Tap your left toes to the floor and lift back up. Keep alternating nice and slowly. Do you notice that as you work from that hip joint, that you have to work deeper into those abdominals to control your pelvis and your lumbar spine? Taking just a few more, and this is where the breathing is so important. Last two. Last one. Lift up and hold it. Now bring your legs right next to each other. Keep your hands on your pelvic bones to monitor. Start opening your left leg out to the side, but don't let your pelvis move. Can you feel how much you've got to work your right obliques to control this movement? And then bring your leg back up to the center and hold. Now take your right leg out to the side. The left leg isn't moving. Can you feel how much your left obliques have to work? And you bring your leg back up to the center. Now let's connect our breathing to it. As you inhale, you open your left leg to the side. Your inner thigh on the left is working, and so is your right oblique. Exhale, draw back up. As you open your right leg to the side, you inhale. Right inner thigh working with left oblique. That's a sling pattern there. Exhale, draw back up. As you take your left leg to the side, you are inhaling, you are creating space and activating multifidus to help you stabilize. Exhale to bring back up to the center, and it's the flattening of the abdominal wall. Right leg opens, inhale, multifidus. Exhale. TA, deep abs. One more time to each side. Breathing in. Exhale. Last time with the right leg opening, breathing in. Exhale. Pause for a moment. Hug your knees in towards you, and then let's just stir the clouds. So just rolling your knees in and then circling them away from each other. So we're creating a little bit of mobility around the hip joints. And then change directions and circle the other way. Now you can make this as big or as small as you want. Just make sure that it feels good. If you feel like you're straining or if you're hurting your lower back or your hips, then just modify. And bring your legs just back to center. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh and just hold on to your knees for a moment. And then if you want to deepen that piriformis stretch, bring your hands down towards your ankles and coming into that lovely, sometimes called the bull stretch or the shoelace. Relaxing into the neck and shoulders. So we've done a few percussive breaths. We've also done a little bit of focusing on which muscles connect naturally on the inhale and which muscles connect naturally on the exhale. So when you inhale, there is a natural connection to the deep back muscles. That's the multifidus I'm talking about. And on the exhale, there's a natural connection into the transverse abdominis, which is that deep ab muscle when I say flatten your abs. So we're going to be using that to our advantage as we go through the class. Release. Hug both knees in just for a moment. And now cross your left thigh over. Hold on to your knees for a moment. This might be enough of a stretch, but if you want to increase it, move your hands down towards the ankles, the feet. And now coming into the shoelace, the performer stretch, the bull stretch on the other side. See if you can just soften into the back of your neck slightly. It's a few more moments. Notice how it's feeling on this side. Notice when you breathe that it might start to ease up and maybe you can pull just a little bit harder. And then slowly release and draw both knees in towards you. We are about to go into our next percussive exercise, which is the 100. We're going to do 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out today. Bring your knees up to a tabletop position and glue the legs together. Bring your hands up with your palms facing forward. Nod your chin. Exhale to come into a chest lift. Fingers together, elbows straight. Lift up and hover the arms. Support your head if you need. Take a breath in to squeeze the knees together. Exhale for 3. Into 3. Halfway there. Flatten the abs on the exhale. Open the ribs on the inhale. And pause. Hug your knees in and relaxing all the way back. Just rock your head slowly from side to side. Really nicely done, you guys. Lovely, strong, percussive breathing. And bring your head back to the center. So hook your hands just behind your thighs. Flex your ankles. And as you breathe out, extend your legs so you can feel a little bit of a stretch into the hamstrings. And then bend your knees and release. And again, exhale. And release. Inhale. Taking 2 more. And release. We're going to do 1 more time. And I just want you to hold it here for a moment. And then releasing all the way down. Placing your feet back to the ground with your knees bent. Separate your legs slightly and arms are down beside you. Now, bend your elbows so your fingers are pointing up. And the reason we're doing that is it stretches the tricep, so it releases the tricep and it forces the workload into the bigger muscle called the latissimus dorsi. So you're connecting lats as you push your elbows down. We're going to do another pelvic curl. So take a breath in to lengthen your spine. Exhale, tilt your pelvis, roll up into a bridge position, and now the lats and the gluteals have a sling pattern that's connecting. Take another breath in, multifidus. Exhale, flatten abdominals and see if you can stand on the right leg and bring the left knee up to tabletop. Now, inhale to hinge the hips down a little bit and exhale to press up. Inhale, hinge, and exhale, press up. The inhale switches on multifidus, it stabilizes the spine. Exhale, presses up, flattens the abdominal wall. Inhale. So that flattening of the abdominals helps you to switch on gluteals rather than push from the back muscles. 1 more, hold it, and placing the left toes down. Stabilize, anchor, inhale, switch on multifidus. Exhale, abdominals, stand on your left leg and bring the right knee up. Here we go. Inhale, hinge, and exhale, press. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, you're lifting from the base of the pelvis and flattening the belly. Inhale, multifidus. Last two. Last one. We're using our breathing to help us wake up the bum. Hold it. Inhale, lower the foot. Release the arms. Roll through your spine, feeling that little imprint into the lower back. And release here. Take a moment to just let your knees open out to the side, letting those inner thighs relax. Bring your hands out to the side with your palms up. Feel free to close your eyes for a moment. Full deep breaths in and out. In through the nose and out through the mouth today. And as I mentioned earlier this week, we have a choice between inhaling or exhaling through the nose and inhaling or exhaling through the mouth. And one of the advantages of exhaling through the mouth is it lets us breathe out quicker, which helps us with that faster dynamic movements. And it helps us with our percussive breath. Last two full deep breaths in. Long, slow exhales through the mouth. One more time. And then open your eyes. Place your hands underneath your legs. Bring your legs all the way back up. And hands beside you. Bringing one knee to tabletop. Bring your other knee to join it. And you stay. So we're going to be moving into an exercise called the hamstring pull. And this is where we use percussive breath again. Hands behind your thighs. Nod your chin. Remember, you haven't lifted, you've nodded. Exhale, switch on those neck muscles as you curl forward. Hold it here. Inhale to extend your legs straight. Now it's a long, slow breath out as your left leg comes forward. I need to move back a little bit, otherwise I'm going to hit the wall. Both hands come to your right leg as you pull gently towards your face. You're not lifting your face to your leg, you're bringing your leg to your face, and you are hovering the left leg. Inhale, lift the left leg up, switch hands. It's a long, slow exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, switch. Exhale, flatten the abdominal wall. Inhale, switch. Exhale. Let's do two more, nice and slow. Abdominals are working. Hamstrings are getting a lovely release. Bring both legs up. Bend your knees in. Lower head and shoulders. Stay just for a moment. Turn your head softly from side to side. So the neck is oftentimes the area that we feel the most when we do our abs, which is why it's so important that we strengthen those neck flexors. But listen, at any point, if you need a break or if you need to put a hand behind your head, then you do that for yourself. Now, the percussive breath sounds like this. It's a lengthening. So bring your knees up, hands behind your thighs, nod your chin. Exhale, curl forward. It's the flattening of the belly. Inhale, extend. On your exhale, right leg comes towards you. Inhale. Inhale. It's not a bouncing action. It's a lengthening. It's a deepening. Two more. Last one. Both legs up. Hug knees in. Relax back. And once again, turn your head softly from side to side. Really nicely done, guys. Bringing your head to center. Place your feet down. Stretch your legs out. And let's do a lovely good morning stretch. Let's do a little bit of lateral flexion from side to side. We haven't done any side to side movements yet. Just a few more. Come back to the center. Roll onto your left side. Both your legs extended out long. Find a little support for your head, either with your arm or with a pillow. Fingertips lightly in front of your belly button and create that straight line with your spine. So now you're going to lift both legs up and hold it here. Find stability, core connection. Your underneath leg is going to go down and exhale up. Long, slow breaths. Down and exhale up. So keep going for another 3. Notice the connection to the top oblique. It's isometric, it's holding you there. And the work is coming from that left adductor. Exhale, lift, hold it. And now let's pick up the pace. Percussive breath. Last one. Hold, squeezing legs together and releasing all the way down. Nicely done, guys. Bring both knees up. Sitting in a chair, so you're stretching out your lower back. Top arm comes forward. Lift your arm up. Look up. Open up across the chest. Let's do 1 thoracic rotation. Stay here. Taking a nice, easy inhale. And on your exhale, coming all the way up and forward. Use your hand to press yourself all the way up and come onto your forearm. Move your legs a little bit away. Your knees are stacked, but you're just going to split your feet a little bit here. Taking your top arm, reach it back so you open up across the chest. And then exhale and coming into a little bit of a thread the needle. And again, inhale, reach back. And exhale. Inhale, remember the inhale naturally switches on the back extensors. And the exhale naturally switches on the deep abdominals. Last one, breathing in. Breathing out. Come back just to the center. And now make your way up onto your hand. Fingers pointing away. Now listen, you don't want your hand so far away that you're straining under the shoulder. Have it relatively close so that you can roll the shoulder backwards in the socket, placing your hand just under the oblique on the underneath side. Just let your shoulder hunch. And then exhale, press away. Feel the connection to the obliques. As your shoulder hunches, it's a movement of the scapula up the ribs called elevation. And as you push away, it's a gliding downward sensation, and that is called depression of the scapula. Press up, and we're going to hold it here. Bend your elbow. Let's go into a little tricep dip, and press away. Bend your elbow. Press away. Keep your scapula glued. The inhale activates the back. The exhale activates TA. Find your stability through your torso so that you can isolate the movement to the elbow. Last one. Press up and hold it. Now hold onto your ankle with that outside hand. Make any adjustments you need to your position of your legs and your pelvis. Sweeping your arm overhead. Let's do a little bit of a side bend of the spine. Turn your head to look down so you are releasing your neck muscles, and we do gentle percussive breathing here. Last two. Last one. Release up. Placing your fingertips behind you. Bring your hand towards your knee. Lengthen up and gently come into an open twist. Release back to the center. Pivot your feet around to the other side. We're going to start lying on our sides. So this time, you've got your right arm supporting you underneath. Create that long line of the body. Left fingertips light to the ground. And on your next breath, lift both legs up and pause. Stay here. Bottom leg goes down and squeezes up. Down, squeezes up. So you can feel the adductors of that right leg engaging. The left obliques are working isometrically to stabilize. One more time. Lift up, pick up the pace. 4 and 3, percussive breath. 2, keep it strong. 1, squeeze and hold. Take a breath in and releasing all the way down. Bend your knees up. Reaching left arm forward. Here we go. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, open up across the chest. Just one thoracic rotation. Stay for a moment, breathing in. And then exhale, and all the way forward you come. Good. Press yourself up. Come onto your elbow, your forearm. Move your legs a little bit away. Split your feet. Top arm reaches up and back. Inhale. Exhale, threading through. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. Finding all that mobility around the thoracic spine, letting it travel gently through the lower back and up through the neck. Come all the way back to the center, pause. And then help yourself as you come up onto your hand, fingers pointing away, taking your hand just underneath your ribs, and we're going to let the scapula glide up, elevation, and draw down, depression. So I know that some of us have some shoulder issues, so you might want to keep the small, but this movement is good to explore, even if it's a tiny range, because it starts to connect into the stabilizers around that whole shoulder girdle. press away, and you hold. Bend your elbow and press away. Inhale, exhale, press. And again, bringing that awareness of your breathing to the stability of your spine. Allowing you to isolate the movement at the elbow joints. Last two. Looking very nice from what I can see, guys. Last one. Press up and hold it. Move your hand just to your outside ankle. Make your way up. Make any adjustments you need. Bringing your arm up. A little bit of a side stretch. Turn your head to release the levator scapular muscle. And gentle pulses. It's a soft percussive breath. Last one. Release up. Fingertips behind you. Hand to the opposite knee. Lengthen up and guide yourself into just that gentle open twist. Release back to the front. And now turn to lie on your stomach. Stretching your legs all the way out behind you. Placing your right hand under your head. Bending the left knee. Now, I want you to hold on to your ankle, foot, or pants. If you can't reach it, then loop something around your foot like a towel or a strap so you can grab on here. Adjust your knee position if you need to. Square your shoulders and your pelvis. On your next breath, flatten the abdominal wall and give a little bit of a squeeze with the bum cheeks. So you are tilting your pelvis posterior, finding the stretch through the hip flexors and quads, and then inhale to release. And again, exhale, gentle squeeze. And inhale, release. Last two. And release. Last one. And release. Let your legs stretch all the way out. Take your time. Let your knee unfold. And then let's switch over to the other side. Holding onto the ankle or your foot or pants. Make any adjustments you need to the angle of your femur and your knee. And on your breath, taking yourself into a slight posterior tilt, using gluteals, using lower abs. And inhale to release. Exhale. Inhale, release. Notice if one side is tighter for you than the other. Last one, exhale, squeeze. And release. Stretch that leg all the way back slowly. Now have your legs slightly separated, hip distance, and place your hands just on either side of you. Hover the tip of your nose, anchor your pelvis, and we're just going to do a little bit of back extension here. Inhale to come up into a baby cobra. And exhale to release down. 3 more. The inhale inflates your lungs. It's a floating sensation. And the exhale deflates your lungs and brings you down. 2 more. The inhale switches on multifidus, creates space, no compressing. And exhale, release down. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, release. Place one hand on top of the other. Let your legs flop and roll your pelvis from side to side. So you're just getting a little bit of a rotation through the spine. You are relaxing into the lower back. Turn your head the other way and do the same rocking action. Bring yourself back to the center. And now, come up onto your elbows, and I want you to interlock your fingers. You have a choice here. You can come right down so that your body is in a low extension. You can come up higher, so you're coming into more extension. You can bring your elbows right underneath you if you have a very mobile back. We're about to go into the single leg kick. This is yet another percussive breathing exercise. So, long spine, sending your heart away from the heels of your feet. Engage your gluteals, squeeze your quadriceps, and can you lift your legs a fraction off the ground, just barely, so you're loading the back line of your body. Now, slowly bend your right knee as if you're going to kick your own bum, and then slowly stretch your legs out. You're just checking your range and making sure that your lower back is happy. Move your arms if you need to. Slowly bend your left leg as if you're going to kick your bottom. Your abs have to connect, and then you're going to stretch it all the way out. Now bend your right knee for two little kicks. It's a baby, baby kick. Stretch it out long. Left knee, baby, baby kick. Stretch it out long. Now let's add the breathing, and we're going to go. Breathe in. Breathe in. Inhale. Long inhale. Abs, abs multifidus. Abs, abs multifidus. Two more. One more. Stretch. And releasing all the way down. Take your hands under your shoulders. We're going to go into a resting position. So I know that some people are having knee issues at the moment. So if you would like to sit on your bum and just hug yourself into a ball shape instead, then that's absolutely perfect. After that extension, really bring your spine into a rounded position wherever you are. So sometimes in yoga, this is what they call child's pose, but what they do in yoga is they lengthen the arms so the back almost extends a little bit. I want you to round your back, which means you probably need to bend the elbows, and then just relax into your neck here. This is a lovely counter stretch to the extension of the spine that we just were doing. Taking two more, breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly draw yourself up so you can walk your hands towards your knees, unravel your spine. Now you're going to spin around so that you're going to be sitting on your bum cheeks. And I want you to come quite close to the front edge of your mats. You're going to bring yourself into a ball shape, hands on the front of your knees. Lift your feet up and feel the curve of your spine. Now again, I want you to bring your awareness to your inhale and your exhale. It's quite strong here. We're inhaling to fill the lungs to pull ourselves back. We're exhaling to flatten the abdominals and draw forward. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. breathing in, breathing out. We're going to do one more time, breathing in, breathing out, hold. Place your feet down for a moment. Place your hands just behind you, feet grounded, and we're just going to come up into a reverse tabletop. So take another breath in. Exhale, stand on your feet, push into your hands, hover your pelvis, and then decide how high up you can come. So this now is a little bit of a counter stretch for that rounded ball shape we were doing. This is now opening the shoulders, releasing the hip flexors, opening up across the front of the ribs and the abdominals, and then releasing slowly down. We're now going to add a percussive breath technique to the rolling like a ball. This is actually an exercise called the seal. So, still sitting at the front of your mat, take your hands into the middle of your lap and then wrap them around the outside of your ankle and foot. Wrap them around the outside of your ankle and foot. Bring your legs up and see if you can balance right here. So let's just try a few rollings. So we're going to inhale back and exhale up. This is a challenge for a lot of us already. So inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale, and hold. Now stay here. When we do the little clapping of the feet, it's not just the toes going, it's actually a releasing at the hip joint. We're going to do 2 of these releases at the front, and we're going to do 2 of these releases at the back. So we inhale back, we're still inhaling. We exhale up, we're still exhaling. Breathe in. There's the percussive breath. Make sure you're protecting your neck. Last 2. Last one. Hold. Well done, guys. Place your feet down. Separate your feet. Hands behind you. We're going to do one more reverse tabletop. On your exhale, standing on feet, pressing all the way up. Once again, finding that little bit of a counter balance. Relax your neck. Take a breath in. And exhale. All the way down you come. All right, now, you need to come into a comfortable seated position. You can put a block under your pelvis if you want. I'm going to be doing this kneeling because this is how I was taught. It is called the fire breath, okay? It's called Kapalabhati, and it's a very strong exhale. It builds energy and heat in the body. It is a fabulous way to be able to detox. So, it sounds like this. It is all in and out through the mouth, like this. I'm not even thinking about inhaling. It's constantly a sharp exhale. The inhale takes care of itself. Now, before we do it, watch my hand. If I put my hand on my belly, every time I exhale, it's almost like my belly flattens in, like a snapping sensation. So it looks like this. That sharp exhale, and then on the inhale, there's a natural release. So I'm sucking air back into me. So again, my knees are happy here. If you don't like this, please sit in any position, provided you can lengthen through your spine. Let one hand rest on your thigh. Take your other hand onto your belly. We're going to be doing 50 breaths. 5-0. All right? So Find a little bit of height through your spine. Feel free to close your eyes if you wish. Let's just all take a nice, long, slow breath in through the nose. Long exhale through the mouth. Breathe in to prepare. And we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just let both hands rest to your thighs. Notice all that energy moving through your body, perhaps a little bit of a lightheaded sensation. Let your breathing slow down. Taking just a few moments to pause. Notice all the different sensations moving through your body. Take a moment to remember your intention, your dedication. Taking just one final deep breath in through your nose. Long exhale through your mouth. Blink your eyes open. And just let everything move around a little bit. Really nicely done, guys.